to your spirit kinsmen, kinswomen, because life is all based on the principle of relatedness, so our relationships do not begin just here in this dimension where we're at, it even echoes in the spirit realms, so we have relatives in the spirit dimensions, we have relatives, up above and down below. We have relatives that we are connected to. So it is really important to cement the relations, improve the relations, make the relations more effective, so that we can get to the zone of excellence. Let's excel in everything that we are doing, So yeah. Twasema asubuhi njema tena kwa nyinyi nyote popote mlipo, na leo tungependa kuongea kuhusu mada fulani, so our topic for today is break free from the chains. So we just been talking in general. Now we're getting to our issue of the day. We're gonna be talking about the idea of freeing oneself, the idea of emancipating oneself. Why are we talking about freedom? Why are we talking about emancipation? So that we can reach to the point of talking about self-manifestation, the manifestation of your glory. Why were you allowed to be born in this dimension, in this lifetime also? What is your purpose? So we want to get to the point of each and every one of us manifesting the purposes, of their greatness, manifesting, the goddess and God element and principle and aspect within themselves, manifesting the power of the infinite consciousness within themselves as human beings. You check. So we're all about success. We're all about, excellence. We're all about, the totality, of the state of awareness. Once you are aware that you're connected to everything out there, then already you have achieved something, because you will now then be very cautious and intentful in each and every thought that you start entertaining, so that you'll be cautious and very intentful in each and every action that you execute, and also in each and every emotional state that you trigger, and release. You're gonna be intentful, mindful, cautious, so everything then manifests your state of awareness. That essence of perpetual awareness. So we cannot achieve the fullness of our potential if we are still tied to certain chains. If we are still limited somewhere, somehow, if we are still imprisoned somewhere, somehow, if we are still under a certain systematic control somewhere, somehow, we cannot manifest or reach up to our full potential, So all we are doing is giving people tools so that they can be able to activate, unlock all elements and potential doors within themselves, so that they can explore their full potential. Then tap into their full potential, activate it into actual energy, actual reality, actual self, So yeah, man, we are living in this world where a whole lot of things are happening to human beings, actually, But we remember that initially we were created to be the gods and goddesses in human form, initially. In our default state, in our state in creation, we were created to be that representative of the infinite consciousness in human form, because the infinite consciousness, talking to its multiplicity, to its wholeness, says, let us create human beings in our own image. So that state of being the image of this power of creation, creative power, creative force, supremacy, supreme being, it's very divine. That is who we are still right now. It's lying there as potential energy. That is why we are here to give you the tools to activate that potential into kinetic energy, into real energy, release the static energy into kinetic, energy, so that it can flow and manifest and be real. Then people can start reading each and every paragraph, phrase, sentence, and words of success in the book of your life story of success, as you are the author, of this self story, the story of the self, the story of your life. So yeah, man, it is thus very important to start exploring now, the state of a human being, the condition of the human being, the realities, the predicament, of a human being, because what is happening to one person is related to the next person, because if it's not contained well enough, it's bound to spill over into other people. So if it's a spirit, let it be something that is nice, but if your cup is full to the brim and something is always pouring, let the spirit be something good so that others can absorb that. There are people that don't have that type of energy yet in their real life space, so they can absorb that energy. So if it's anything, let it be, let your cup be full of positive energies, so that should it spill and the spirit keep flowing, it will flow into spaces, and the spaces, will absorb that positive energy. Then positivity will spread all over, So let not your cup be filled with something that's gonna be, a spillage that is dirty. Spillage of dirt, that if it's not taken care of, it becomes a stain. There is a spillage, there is a stain, if you have ever observed that. A stain is that spillage that got into a surface and it became dry and it became part of that surface, and leave the mark of its color and shape as to how far it has spread within that surface. Then it becomes a stain. We can check stains in our clothes that we are wearing. Maybe there is ink that got spilled into whatever you are wearing. It becomes a stain. That mark can't be removed. The more you try to remove the mark, is the more you are bound to damage the surface of your cloth. Even if it's your house that you are cleaning, or your furniture or anything, a stain is permanent. If you want to remove it, then you have to remove part of that space within the thing that you are at, you see. So now we don't want those stains of dirt, the stains of bad energy, the stains of bad character, the stains of negativity, you see. So we want positivity to spread into our life spaces, just like oxygen. Oxygen is scientifically we are told is released by vegetation. So oxygen is contained into the wind that's blowing. Then and when we inhale that wind, it contains oxygen inside. Then we rely on oxygen. Then we release carbon dioxide. That's what they say, for our vegetation to absorb that carbon dioxide so that it can generate its own energy, to sustain its life, space and time, you see. So that's interrelatedness, but let that be positivity that spread all over. No toxicity, no negativity, no violence, no profanity, no sacrilege, no immorality, yes, no evil. That's what we are saying right now, you see. So that is our call here at Mzansi Joburg City FM, specifically in Pandezemiti. We are there in the space where we just give human beings tools so that they can free themselves from any form of oppression, manipulation, exploitation, and suppression, or any toxicity thereof, because nobody can free anybody. You can free yourself. Nobody can breathe on behalf on somebody else. You breathe on your own, on your own behalf, you see. But living coexistently, in coexistence, and cooperatively, we can help one and the other, to improve the state of life, the condition of life, with the environment wherever we at, to add value, unto each and others' life spaces, That is our call, then that is our purpose, that is our duty, that is our work, that is our responsibility. Even when you find us at Zawadi Fire Dread YouTube channel, that is still the same, So yeah, remember we are going live on Zawadi Fire Dread YouTube channel. So yeah, for the benefit of those who can tune into the frequency of Mzansi Joburg City FM right now live as we are broadcasting, for those who can tune into www.mzansifm.online, the presentation will be stored, in Zawadi Fire Dread YouTube channel. You can still access that, so that everyone has access to positivity, positive energy, positive words that can, activate elements of power within you, words that can activate element of strength within you, element of, motivation and inspiration within you. Kujichagulia, that's what we say in Kiswahili, that is self-determination. So let self-determination be collective self-determination, so that we can overcome collective self-forgetfulness, collective self-neglect, and all those elements that we do collectively that are working against us, So you can have that power once you are tuned into Impande Zemiti, you are tuned into Zawadi Fire Dread YouTube channel each and every time. Mwanangu naguambia. Yes, sir. Each and every time you are bound to get that strength, that light, that energy. The words shall invoke something within your psychic body, releasing and triggering something within your emotional body, uplifting, activating something in your spirit body. Then things manifest physically in your biological bioassembly now physically, So we are channels of positive energy all the way through, because our positivity also relies on other people's positivity. We are inspired, we are taught, we are advised, we are energized by energies from other people, that we interact with, people that we are exposed to. It can be people that we know or people that we don't even know, but we catch up with their energies, in the invisible world, in terms of vibrations. There's magnetism, there is repulsion. So in time and time moment, in each and every moment, you are always upmagneting certain element, even if you are not aware. Stuff is happening on the subconscious energy field, so we keep harnessing energy, absorbing, magneting positive energy wherever we go, so that we maintain this light within. Remember, the physical light, makes us see things physically, and you can see where you are stepping. But this light is used metaphorically to mean, that state of awareness, the state of consciousness, in the positivity of aspects you check, so that you remain aligned. Good information, truth, reality will align you to those frequencies, those dimensions of life, the dimensions also of benevolence. Then you start interacting with other life forms out there, that are having the same call and cause with you, at that moment and space in time. So break free from the chains. This is our topic for today, So why did we bring this topic today? It's simply because we acknowledge that human beings are going through a lot of things in life. There are a lot of things that become a restraint element, that is hindering people from going all the way up there until they reach certain states of the self. Because within this, what you see as yourself, there are many states. There are many worlds, there are many dimensions within you. There are lower dimensions that are aligned to the five senses, your five sense dimension. There are other dimensions, that are aligned to other elements of the sense that are beyond and higher than the five sense dimension. So even this sense of sight, the sense of hearing, the sense of taste, the sense of feeling, the touching, everything, is beyond the five senses. So you are bound not to activate or reach up to that if you have many restraints, many obstructions, many limitations, many things that are enclosing you within that small unit or that small space, as if your life, is designed to just revolve around this limitation, this smallness, this littleness, this nothingness eventually, you see. So yeah, man, we are full potential. Everything that you see out there is within, So if you see the sun being successful in rising each and every day, setting each and every day and rising again, that cyclical nature, if you see it happening with the sun, the moon, the stars and everything, it simply means you also deep within you, in your higher self, there is power there of authority, whereby you can manifest the great potential that you were designed to manifest. You can activate your purposes, and manifest them through practice, through the things that you do, through the things that you achieve, through the good words that you write, in the empty page of the book of your own life. You see, so yeah, man, everything is all about within, the self within. You are the authority, the full authority as to how far you can go with your life. How much you can, achieve in your life. You are the full authority. I don't want to say you have the authority, because if we emphasize the idea of saying you have, it simply means it can be taken away from you. You see, you are that authority. So you be in the point and the intent and the willingness, to manifest that authority of saying, I determine what I want to write in the story of my life. In the book or the story of my life, I determine what I want to write. What is it that you determine? What is it that you're thinking about? What is it that you are intending is all goodness. I am the authority to this whole goodness within, so that it can be manifest without. So let us first talk about the self. Because before we can go to anything else out there, let's talk about the self. Within yourself, you might have good goals in life, powerful intents, powerful dreams that can be of, good benefit unto your family, unto your community, your country, and the world at large. But you might find yourself that you are in a position and space where you are experiencing a lot of limitations within thyself. Anything that is happening within is commanded by the self. What am I saying here? We restrain ourselves. We disadvantage ourselves. We limit ourselves in many ways in life. No matter how much brilliant our ideas might be, we might find ourselves being the self-limitation, being the self-sabotage, being the self-restraining, self-obstruction, self-stumbling block, stumbling block within, because now maybe you have doubt about yourself. You have a brilliant idea, brilliant business goal, brilliant organization. Maybe you have an idea of an organization of any sort, brilliant vision and aims, for the mission, but you have doubt within. What is doubt? It is that point whereby, you have to do something, but you are not sure if you can achieve. You feel like you lack a lot. So you don't have that confidence in what you might do, So what does doubt do? Doubt gives you the fear of failure, So fear and doubt are related elements within, negative element within, destructive element within, self-obstructive elements within thyself, Because now with doubt, what happens is your electrical currents, the voltage thereof, is reduced. Then your thought becomes so weak. So when it's so weak, it can be blown away by the wind, so that it cannot reach the direction and the point in which it was supposed to just get into and magnet, so that life can be breathed into it. You check what I'm saying? So when you have doubt, you are weakening the voltage of the current of your thought. So your thought cannot, be propelled to the higher dimensions where it has to reach into. Fear also. Fear is the product of the imagination of a danger, even if there is no danger actually. You imagine the danger. By focusing into that thought, what happens is subliminally and subconsciously you are triggering emotional states, So the emotional state, what does it do now? It makes you, have that fright now, about something. You see, so there is fear of failure. So you have a good thing that you need to do, but you are scared. What will people say if it doesn't come out well? If I fail, what will my neighbors say? What will my parents say? What will my friends say? What will my partner say? You see, that is the fear of failure now. It's a self-limitation. Have you failed yet? No. Have you done what you need to do yet? No. So why are you stopping yourself from doing what you need to do? Why is there anything real and tangible that is standing in front of you, blocking your way? No, it's the thought within, the emotional state within, the belief within, whereby you're not saying, no, I can't do it, I will fail. So you are writing a story of failure in your book of your life. You are the authority of failure into your life. Nobody has failed you. no one and nothing has failed you yet. Remember, the universe is not judgmental. The universe is always releasing energy, perpetually, eternally. It always releases energy, shower us with energy. We magnet with the energy. The stuff is processed into manifestation. It's only karma that can judge you. Which is the reactions of the actions that you have done. That is karma now. It's the only thing that can judge you. Nobody can judge you, unless maybe you judge yourself. You say, I'm not fit enough. I don't have what it takes. What makes you say you don't have what it takes is simply because you are now comparing yourself with other people out there. You compare yourself even with the dream that you're dreaming, the vision that you're having. You compare yourself with that. That's serious self-destruction now. So you did get discouraged. Not by anything, not by anyone, by yourself. You discourage yourself from doing this good thing, this powerful thing you are capable of doing. You have the power to do. You have the capacity to do. You have the authority to do. And you're not just acting alone. There are many other elements that gets involved. Once we ignite the engine of your car with the willingness, penye nia pananjia. That's how we say it in Kiswahili. Where there is a will, there is a way. So willpower is very important in each and every moment of our time, in each and every intent and action of our life. Willpower is very important because it is the one that determines now if we do what we have to do or we don't. So if you're not willing to do something, I'm telling you, the energy, the voltage will be so low that you fit into whatever you are doing. Then it's bound to happen, but not of good quality. Because you did not add your value into it. You did not add your love into it. You did not add your positive consciousness into it. You just did the thing physically. You see, it's like maybe having like an intercourse with somebody and you are not stimulated. It becomes more of a rape case now, because you are not there. You are not feeling this. So your body will not release certain substances that it's supposed to release so that this act can be of success. You check. That's just an example. So somebody's just doing something in a state of emptiness. Then emptiness is what manifests out of it. You don't combine your energy with this person that you are having this act with, So it is just like when you're doing something and you are not willing. You're not adding your love, your emotion into it. So your energy, your value, your wholeness, your goodness, your spirit, into it. It's going to be empty. It's going to be imperfect. It's simply because you are discouraging yourself. You are affirming something of littleness within you. So you take the littleness and amplify it, magnify it, expand it. It becomes bigger than you. So your shortcomings becomes bigger than you. They're becoming the greatest dominant element about the self. These are the things that are happening within you. You see, then there is lack of consistency. You have a good idea, you have an element of love, you are somehow willing to do it, but as long as you are not fully willing to do something and you are not fully connected into something, you won't be consistent in doing. What is consistency? Remember we said everything they say spiritual is scientific. Actually, there is a whole lot of energies, mechanisms of energies involved, interacting, into whatever you are into right in the moment and space where you might find yourself being, So consistency is that element whereby now you are uniformly, on a more frequently feeding energy into this thing that you want to achieve, want to execute. The more energy you feel, the more expansion of power, which is the more the voltage of your current that you're projecting from within. So the higher the voltage, the higher the probability that that current will magnet or you will get into the womb of life, in the spirit realm. Then the fertilization of your intent will begin now, whereby the universe is giving part of herself into the seeds of your thoughts. It processes the seeds of your thought into real life thing. You see, this is like biology now, but we're talking matters of science, which is spirituality. So if you might say, call it, because the seed that masculine energy, project, into the universe of a feminine body. What happens? Universe of the feminine body, give itself the egg of life, so that the masculine life portal can get magneted into the egg. Then new processes start happening in the combination of these two portals of power to bring about a new thing, the physical being now, in the universe, in the womb. Such is reality created. You project the seed of your thought, from the mind space, the brain space, the head space, combined, fueled by the passion from the heart vortex. You see, it shoots straight into I think it even gets to the fallopian tube of the universe, and get to the egg before it can travel any distance, from the ovary. You see, you check what I'm saying? Just as an illustration, then fertilization happens like that. So consistency is very important because it guarantees you the magneting, of your current into the womb where everything is created. We spoke about the power of consistency, where we use the example of the magnifying glass as to how do you get to burn a paper, not by a magic stick, not by a flame of fire, by the energies of heat transmitted from the magnifying glass. The consistency is the idea that the magnifying glass must be, positioned for a long period of time without shifting, aligned toward the paper, that is the target, and aligned to the sun, so it absorbs the energy, the heat of the sun, process the heat, then transmit that specific form of current towards that target, which is the paper. You'll see the paper burning. But if you keep doing like this, you're holding your magnifying glass, the paper is here, but your magnifying glass is just like this. There is no success story in that. There is no manifestation of power in that. There is no achievement of goal in that, because you are haphazard, unapanda ovyo. In Kiswahili we say impanda ovyo hula ovyo, So if you just, plant just carelessly, ununiformly, this is how you're gonna eat. Little harvest is going to come out of it. Ila haba na haba hujaza kibaba. Little by little fills up the measure. That is the power of consistency now. It's just like uviva ngesinguni, masloku slahlela endaweni yodwa, like maybe amaje. Lahlela nje amatshe, ndawonye silokhu siyawalahlela, more and more, it becomes a great heap of those stones. It becomes what we call isivivane. The verb is uviva, throwing stones into that point until they accumulate into that big heap. Is vivane, you see. So that is consistently. If you consistently feed your emotion, your time, remember your energy flows where your focus or attention goes. Give full attention to your goal. Give full attention to your dream. Delegate and dedicate much of your time towards that. Then you are bound to achieve. But inconsistency, is a product of lack of self-discipline and the love for what you want to do. You dream about something, but you don't have that full love for it. Maybe the love is spoiled by fear and doubt. You see, all these negative elements, they become an army because they are related. They combine to destroy you, to help you to destroy yourself, destroy your life purpose, destroy your dream, destroy the entire existence of your life. You see, but you are the authority. You are the one that ignite fear, ignite doubt, ignite inconsistency, ignite indiscipline, whereby now, you don't put much of the resources, the relevant resources, you don't delegate them fully into what you have to do, into what you have to achieve, into your responsibility, into your duty, into your goal. Then you see the manifestation thereof is, not much of intensity. You see, so you just planted few seeds and you think you'll reap so much, bountiful harvest. It doesn't happen that way. You check. So if you want to harvest bountifully, prepare the land, secure the space, plant the seeds, bountifully, so that the harvest shall be bountiful. Everything is related in life. Nothing is standing there alone. So success mechanisms are combined mechanisms. Failure mechanisms are combined mechanisms also.